Are you aware that for-profit insurance corporations like United Healthcare have been found to be defrauding public dollars of more than $80 billion a year?
I'm not aware of that number, but
You're
I'm
not
aware
aware
that
of
there's
that?
fraud across the for-profit sector.
Respectfully, Secretary Kennedy, if we're making decisions around waste, fraud, and abuse, this is the largest source of waste, fraud, and abuse of public dollars in the public insurance space.
You say $80 million?
$80 billion a year.
80, did you say 80 million or 80 billion?
80 with a B, billion.
With a B,
yeah. If that's the case, why did you nearly double the rate that taxpayer dollars give for-profit insurance companies like United next year, if you don't know those things?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're up against.
What would be an example of the misinformation that you're referring to?
Like that vaccines cause autism?
So they don't cause autism, you're saying?
Correct.
At all?
Correct.
Well, that's news to me. Okay, what about death? Doesn't the vaccine save lives?
Correct. It lowers the death rate. It doesn't prevent it 100%.
Okay, so why are people dying?
Because it's not 100%.
Meanwhile, Dr. Mike also showed another side of the opposition on Jubilee.
I am, as a public servant, completely financially divested of any conflicts of interest with any healthcare companies, any stocks, any lawsuits that I would financially benefit from. Are you?
Yes.
You're completely divested.
Yes.
You have no financial interest in any lawsuit, crypto, none of that.
No. Oh, okay. Crypto? I own Bitcoin.
Okay. And do you have any other securities or assets?
I don't. I mean, I had to go through this with the Office of Government Ethics, and I had a few interests that were very minor that I divested.
Okay, just checking.
I don't think there's any scientific question that vaccines cause autism if you actually read the science.
If you read the science, there is no question that vaccines cause autism. Here is the same Robert F. Kennedy Jr. saying the same thing in other interviews. This is not something he has said only once.
The science is so overwhelming on the link between vaccines and autism. It needs no further research. The research is out there, the CDC's own research.
This is the same guy who lied to Congress, saying he does not believe there is a link between vaccines and autism. For that and more,
my friends, science is part of the American story. If the United States is to lead the world, science cannot be suppressed. And so today, my friends, we demand that scientists not be censored, that there be legal safeguards to prevent political interference in their research, and that they be enabled to communicate their findings freely. Furthermore, we demand that all of us, the public, have access to scientific information. All the data, reports, and resources that were available before this president swore to uphold the U.S. Constitution in January of this year. This is our right. We paid for this science with our tax dollars. As we stand here today, certain elements in our own government have suppressed references to climate change, have advocated against life-saving vaccines, and have ordered an automatic review of papers for the purpose of censorship.
not only did Bill Nye torch the current administration.
So when you see this stuff, does it make your blood boil?
It only makes my blood boil for one reason. It hurts my patients. I'm there going to bat for them, and I see how that information tricks them. I see how the head of HHS right now, Secretary Kennedy, is actively misguiding and lying to people.
How so?
In fact, if you let me call someone out for a boxing match, I'd love to fight RFK Jr.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, he's literally lying to the American public. On his Twitter/X page, whatever you want to call it, he has a tweet that says Gardasil, the vaccine that we use for HPV prevention, is hurting more people than it's helping, based on zero logic, zero understanding of how the vaccine works. He's constantly saying unscientific things, and he's in charge of our largest scientific agencies, FDA, CDC, as I said, HHS. So yeah, let's get him in the ring. In fact, let's do one better.
Okay, I love this. Wow.
Let's get the Misfits folks.
Yeah.
And we could do one of those tag team things that you love.
Oh yes, I do love them. They're fun.
You kind of switched your opinion.
I did.
So let's do RFK Jr. And since he has a fanboy in Jake Paul,
okay,
let's do Jake Paul and RFK Jr. versus me and Canelo.
Okay.
Jake wants to fight Canelo. I want to fight RFK. Let's do a tag
By the way,
team.
you and Jake beefing?
No. I mean, he did call me out when I said something negative about RFK Jr. He attacked me.
He did?
Yeah.
Where?
Twitter.
What'd he say?
He called me a sheep doctor.
Really?
A book-thumping sheep doctor.
I'm surprised by that.
I don't get it.
Yeah, neither do we.
RFK Jr. is a public health threat.
So why do you think he is a threat?
I think that RFK's stances of why he's a public health threat go past the anti-vaccine stances. He's made public statements that HIV doesn't cause AIDS. Poppers, which is a party drug or a recreational drug that people use, is really the reason why AIDS exists. That is not someone who clearly understands science, and I don't want them in charge of a health agency.
Okay, assuming he does become head of the health department, wouldn't he now technically be considered the expert? Not an expert, but the expert?
No.
Misinformation, first off, is predicated on the fact that there's right information. Right information is going to be predicated on the fact that there's absolute truth. Does science state absolute truth?
There's no absolute truth, period.
So if there's no absolute truth within this realm, I don't know why we should completely rule out RFK Jr. and the other experts that he could appeal to.
The reason I rule him out is because he takes information that is not true, like that poppers cause AIDS.
Subjectively true.
It's not subjectively true.
I think it is safe to say that we went from having qualified people to then turning the car around, pulling a 180 through not just this position, but also many others in this current administration, and going down the conspiratorial route. And what I find to be rather fascinating is that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in the span of sorry, I just hit my water bottle, in the span of months, went from I'm running to be the Democrat nominee. I don't have enough votes. I'm running to be an independent. Couldn't get on the ballot in a lot of places. And where I did, I might be eating up some of Trump's votes. I'm actually going to back out and I'm going to endorse Donald Trump. Politics, man. Where else can you find this? If you had a friend who said, I am a supporter of the Green Bay Packers, and then they go, no, I think I'm going to root for the Falcons. No, I'm going to be a Bears fan for the rest of my life. I'm going to wear the Ditka garb. I'm going to have the cigar. I'm going to get a Caleb Williams jersey. And I'm going to paint my cheese head blue and orange and have a big C on it. How would you feel? Or vice versa. Like the audacity, the caucasity of this man to continue to play in so many people's faces. I mean, we read this from a mile away. His quotes are out there. We've covered them. He does not have a shred of decency anymore. Any of the good work that he did with the planet was already a moot point because he, as we went over through credible sourcing and reporting, he may have led to the downfall of his wife because of the emotional distress that she suffered at the hands of him. And by the way, Cheryl Hines, way to ruin a legacy. Seriously. So we have a conspiratorial pro-fascist leading HHS. These are serious consequences that we are going to have to deal with just because he was power hungry. That's it.